You're never going to guess this. I've got another parcel just turned up at. Bloody hell, it turned up after 9 anyway. Well, it was actually hidden in the back garden. From Yodel, I think the name of. Just came today. Now, I recommend this because I've had this trouble once before, and this is the reason why I bought this, to help me what I'll be making. But I'll be making them and then I'll do a video of what I'm selling, and then it's up to you. But in here I have a thing called a solder bath. Now you got all your bits of solder that you don't want and they're building up, you throw them out. Well, what you do, you stick them in one of these. Look, I've got a foreign one. Yeah. Here. This is what they call a solder bath. And any electronic geeks out there, especially PC builders and that, will know exactly what one of these is. You put your solder in there, you select the temperature, and then you turn it on. For people to go in, you know, if you want to have a look, there it is there. If you can see, you know, literally, you put your temperature there, so you want it halfway between, blah 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 blah, and then you got that there, on and off. There's your fuse. Put your solder in there. What I usually do, stick a little bit of flux in, just to wet it up a little bit. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't put flux in it because sometimes it sticks. Depends on what. But I just put old. You know, literally, you get. I don't think I've got anything in here. I think I might have. I don't know. Yeah, I've got all this old stuff here. Wait a minute. There you go. So there's a lot there, isn't there? Well, for instance, say I found some here. There's some here, right? Even if it's on a component, it'll burn it off if you want it off. So literally put all that in there. You've got any old. See, what I'll do now is go through all my soldering boxes. There's some loads in here. This is what I usually do. See, put all that in there. Make enough up to melt down, and Bob's your uncle, really. But I'm going to use this because I don't really use it that much. I've got huge amounts here. So to me that's a problem. So you can either cut it up. I recommend cutting it up because it melts better. So you can. Now let's see. You're cutting up old. You can put wires in there as well because it'll sort itself out. It won't. There you go. Another one. There you go. There you go. Oh, but let's just put it in. Anyway, if you look at that now, see? There you go. And then it heats it up, blum blum blum. Because then when it's settled, you just leave it in there. So you warm it up, you can use it. And what I'm using it for is I use it for LEDs and components, and it just makes a little bit of sense to use that than use not British. Is British. Don't like that. That's coming off. And then what you do, I usually set it about, I'd say about 4. The last time I had one of these, it popped. So I'm a bit dubious about the thing. So it's brand new, and it can become a bit of an arse if it doesn't work properly. But yeah, what you do, you put it on, as you can see. Right. Oh God! Drop me bloggie. Sorry, I was trying to do 2 things at once, so just bear with me a minute. Bugger off. Right. What you do? I used to put it at the 500 mark, but no, just leave it. It's brand new, so you only want to use, I don't know, I'd say leave it about halfway to number 3. Leave that on, take up to as long as it takes. But if you've got a lot of LEDs to make, you don't want to, you want to dip, connect with that, put your diodes on, connect, heat shrink, bang off. So you can work. I can even do them in sets of 6, so I can work that way dead quick. But I've actually made a little tool. It's like a crimp, and it holds everything like that. So I've got the wires in there, and I just burn them up, and then off they go. But good idea to buy a PCP board and just make it into a little clamp, so you can work on your hobby device like I've done. But that's it now. That stays on. Don't touch it. Forget about it. Somebody told me to leave it about halfway, about, I don't know, between 200 and 500, so I'd say about 300. As soon as it starts melting, I can smell it now. Yeah, I can smell it now. Just leave it be until it actually starts to turn into like a big blob, and then you can turn it down. But if you're not in any rush, leave it on 2.5, 3. So I'm only using 0. something gauge, so it won't really do anything. But I hope you like it anyway. So that's for doing my LEDs, and I will be selling them. But my LEDs aren't like everybody else's. I'm using a thing called Piranha LEDs, but you'll have to watch this. But anyway, take care, all the best, ta-ra.